Yo, we're back on Continuum, and I've been doing a little bit of work at my base. I've just like kind of put the path together a little bit better, added a little couple details here and there. I still need to do a little bit more on the actual path. I just threw in like little rooted dirt and some of the like brown edges, I guess. I really want to add a lot more decoration around here, but it is International Day of Forests, so we're going to be making a couple trees over here. We're going to want to have sort of similar trees there where we're going to try and fade out into other trees, but we're going to start with some tuff and we're going to add some basalt in instead. And then for leaves, we'll do birch leaves, pale oak, and then oak leaves instead so it can kind of fade into some oak trees. So we'll just build up a little bit, build up a little bit more, and then kind of do a little bit of a base around here. I think I'm going to throw in a pale oak right there, just so we can have some of the falling leaves around it. We'll build up a little bit more. Maybe we'll throw in some mangrove as some like sort of inside green, like very green leaves. Got some extra leaves that we'll just throw in for fun. So we got our first little tree done. It's kind of got a bit more of the brighter greens in it, which will transition better into the oak and then into the jungle trees over here and even the bamboo. So I think we'll just add a bit more of those, kind of get it a little bit more foresty along this area. Maybe we'll turn some of this into sort of the same stuff as over here, like the pale and sort of mossy-ish, yeah, sort of mossy, pale look, and try and fade it out into this type of terrain and see if we can get this looking a little bit better. Future me here. I forgot to record after I finished making all the trees, but here is what I came up with. I got a bunch of them kind of fading into those. It gets a lot more green right there, and then these ones are just like a little bit less of the extra green in them. And I think it turned out pretty good. So I might add later, I might add some more green slightly into some of these other ones that are over on the edge. But I think it transitions really good into there because of the tops of these trees. So I think I'm going to keep it like this. Maybe do a little bit extra terrain work. But for now, we have a bunch of other stuff to work on. So now it's time to jump in to a very big time lapse. As you can tell, we got a little bit done. We got this whole part taken out. I decided to extend it a little bit more so I can lower the level down a little bit. And then back there, we're still going to be working on it. It'll probably be fixed in the time lapse. And then after this part, you won't have to worry about it because we're going to have another little thing where people come over and help. But for right now, I'm just kind of drawing out these little spots and making it a little bit easier for me to do work in this hole, which I have began blacking out. After I put water in it, it'll look a lot different. But yeah, we're gonna add some skulk and stuff throughout it, so it gives a little more deep oceany feel, and then eventually have a big monster in here. So I kind of wanna, take this part out further and then lower this area down so that you can actually see him when you're in the water over here. It's a long-term project, but it'll probably show up quicker than I want it to because I get distracted very easily and then over hyper focus and So we kind of got it all done. We're gonna probably let all this despawn, but yeah, we got a lot of that part cleared out so we can lower that level down, and then I'm thinking about making this be like a blocked in area, like look like it was blocked in on purpose, like because the sea creature was destroying things and we don't want there to be an entrance in here anymore. Or maybe I'll put it over here. I'll just like connect this to the ocean and then put the blockade right there or something. I don't know. But yeah, I kind of want it to be like this used to be a port and now it can't be because there is a big sea monster in it. Which leads us to the other part of our base that we have worked on slightly. I'm not, it will change. I'm not keeping it how it is right now. But if we go over here, there is going to be a little port right here. We'll have a little dock and a ship right here. And then it comes over here. And if you go like this, it'll shut the doors and open the doors. And then we'll have little stuff over here. I'm thinking about having just like a place for deliveries, like probably just a bunch of barrels. Or maybe I'll have the barrels out here. And then in here have like a little lab sort of, I don't know, lab sort of thing. But that will also be for a later day because the next thing I am working on is going to be right down here where I am going to be adding more layers to my storage and making it look a little bit nicer and missing every hit on a bat. So this will just connect down from where it finishes right here and then start the whole loop all over again down here where it goes all the way around and does all the other items. We're going to be using this type of sorter down here. There's a lot more room in the walls so I can actually use them. I actually have room to use them. I will have to extend this part quite a bit, but I think it should be fine. I think the part right here should be enough room, but if it's not, then I'll just make a little bit extra wall out here and it should be okay. Now let's head over to see what Fox is all about.
Egg. Stupid fucking egg. Stupid fucking egg.
Oh. I really like your work. This is a very, very nice fox you did here.
Did you
I
do
also,
this
I, I
then?
also, I also really like the bunny.
Did you do this?
No, obviously you did it.
With the
I heard that you did it.
with the way you're reacting, I think you did it.
No. I don't do stuff like that. So a lot of time has passed. I have a bunch of new stuff, including my whole storage setup. A few changes up top where it's just we got a new mod. It's my totem doll, and you can have a bunch of different ways to display totems. So I've just been displaying those all over. Got a new little house out here. I reused an old design from the Sky Islands. Changed a bit of it and just made it kind of fit in here a little bit better. Oh, also there's a donkey. Oh wait, a mule. So over here we got this cleared out a bunch more. I think I'm still gonna do a little bit more over here and kind of take down this wall a bit more before I open it up. And then over here we got a bunch of this taken down. I'm not sure. I might take that down too. But for right now, it can stay until I get all of this terraformed and turned into sort of like pale moss or normal moss and some dirt and add some trees in and stuff. Maybe if it blocks it, I'll just leave that there or just take the sand down a little bit and kind of add some foresty stuff onto there too. But before we do that, I have opened this up a little bit. I just need to do some water magic over here and then put some gates or some boulders or something right here so that it kind of blocks this off as an option to go through. So I'm just gonna try and like freestyle it a little bit. I'm not sure how it's gonna turn out, but we'll just do some like kind of biggish boulders around here. Oh, maybe need to have a little bit further down since there's a little bit more work there. We'll just mess around with it a little bit, get a little bit of a shape with some of the cobblestone, and then we can start replacing some of it with other stuff. Maybe we can make it kind of look like there's two boulders here. Like if this one starts rounding kind of this way, or that, and then back towards here. Ooh, maybe if we break into the hill a little bit. Like that. You know, kind of make it look like it was pushed into the mountain a little bit. Not really mountain. It's kind of just a short little hill. But yeah, if we just have it in there slightly. Up a little bit more. And then kind of like this. Maybe some out here. And then if we just kind of, no. And then if we just change the texture a tiny bit as it goes right here, maybe it'll look like it's two different rocks a little bit better. I also have a mod that kind of blends this. No, usually not a trust the process type of person because usually the process is bad and it ends up bad. But I think I'm gonna have to say please trust the process on this one. I totally know what I'm doing. I'm definitely not just trying to figure it out as I go. So I think that's starting to look better. Once I get some different shapes of blocks, we can kind of make it a little bit better. I might have like a little spot over here where it looks like it was dug out, or maybe like a little machine over here to like show that this is where it might have come from. And then we'll maybe break this down a little bit and kind of have it look like this is involved over here somehow, or maybe off of this cliff. We'll put some like small rocks up there, like maybe some just buttons and stuff. Maybe if there's room and I can clear this top part out enough, I can stretch it over a little bit and maybe put a lighthouse up here like it used to be a spot to guide them through, or maybe up there. If I get rid of that tree and kind of make a spot up there, I can have a lighthouse up there. Or yeah, just something. I might need to open up this a little bit more. That looks a lot closer than I remember it being. So yeah, we'll just try and make this a little bit more like it's a closed off area. Um, I might turn a little bit more of this into rock and stuff. Maybe something a little bit more like this. Yeah, we'll get rid of some more of this dirt, and it'll look like maybe it was a bigger area that got closed off before, and then we can just go back over there and open that up a little bit. Yeah, then we can have like a little crane on here and a couple more boulders over here that it looks like it's kind of swinging them over. Maybe we'll thicken that one up a little bit too. And then just open up this part and think that should be enough to pretend like a ship used to come through here. So I kind of got like a little quarry over here. It's not much. I definitely want to fix that. But just like some piles of stone and some stuff here. Maybe I'll make like a I don't know, rail track or something like that, or some little like wheelbarrow type things, and have it look a little bit more used than just a couple piles of stone. And then we'll put a little crane up here and kind of put some decorations on these and try and make it look not as bad. So I did a little bit more over here, kind of reshaped a couple things, put in some gravel, little walking areas, put some wheelbarrows with some stuff in them, and then, of course, got some golems looking like they're doing some stuff. He's running around. He's got some stuff in his hands, and he's got a pick. I think there's another one running around here somewhere. Right there. And, yeah, just kind of looking like they're working over here. And then I will next get a thing going on top of here. A little swivelly guy. And, we'll probably have to call that one for the day. So we got it kind of done. I'm not sure about the design of the crane. I might change it to have a smaller little rolly thingy using the grindstones. Maybe a maybe I could even use a armor stand grindstone and just make it really big and put it there. But for right now, this is what I got. I just want to strip it down a little bit. This is what I got. It's a little crane. It just moves it over there. And then over here, we got some stuff loaded in, ready to move over. And I think it puts the point across enough. Oh, and there's still a T left. Um, so let's figure out how to jump. Get this all stripped, and maybe we'll add some designs like a barrel in the middle, and then we'll do some signs on some spots that I can. It could use some variation in color. I will probably go back and swap out some stuff, but for now it's just a simple little one. It's got a little weight over here to counterbalance it so you can swing it and stuff like that. Um, I think this is good enough for right now. I haven't really done the extra pieces on that, but that should be easy, so I will just do that in my free time. But that's going to be it for this episode, so like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one when we start doing a bunch of terraforming, I think. Fun, 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 fun. Bye!